Welcome to Farm and Garden, a look at agriculture around the state.
Good morning and welcome to the Farm and Garden Show. And we have a little bit of explaining to do here. You probably recognize that Becky isn't here. And Jody Pollock has decided, after we talked a little bit, that she'd really like to be on the Farm and Garden Show.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to Michigan Farm and Garden.
I'm Jody Pollock. And I'm Jody Pollock Newsom. We have a great show for you this morning. This past year has gone so fast.
It has. It absolutely has.
Agriculture has been the bright spot where innovators have found ways to persevere and to make such a positive economic gain for the state and employment in the state. It's really something that we're proud of and something we want to build around.
That's why everybody's here, is because of farming and crops and everything, so that's what they're looking forward to.
DeFonso says the producers may be tempted to spray for aphids.
There's one grower in the southwestern part of the state who says he had this in his fields in 1999.
In the 1990s, we started promoting ethanol as not only a race fuel, but also as a good fuel for the public. Although in 1990, because of the price of gas, nobody could care less about ethanol. Yeah, it was a neat thing. Yeah, okay, maybe someday. But finally, that time has come.
We enjoy the state of Michigan, but I think there's some real opportunities, and
we take pride in this product because it goes way back in history as far as dealing with my grandmother, my mother, of course myself.
Yeah, I imagine she's taking a nap somewhere, or still with the brewery guy. Jody, did you find anybody?
No, I just was taking a nap. I thought your stuff was getting a little lame, so I just thought I'd snooze to try to get caught up with you. You're kind of become that pie maker extraordinaire, kind of. You sent me these awesome recipes.
Yes, it's good to make pie.
If you don't want to get a sore neck or arms from raking, just go back inside and sit down for a while.
Well, and I think that's so important. Well, and I think that's so important. Well, and I think it's so important. And I think that's so important, and especially you don't have a lot of time, but I like that idea of go out, try some.
And then it has a white box trim around the hood, but it's a natural gray.
As much as a fashion show as I can do.
Hey, good morning. How are you this morning?
I am great. How are you? It's good to have you here.
February, National Cherry Month, the best month of the year.
It's very, very delicious.
It is. It is. We have people from all over truly the world that come.
You know, I have to tell you, we've had you on a couple weeks and you just didn't have me through all my chores yet, so you had to be back.
Well, you know, it's that time. We've got to get out there and make things look nice, so why not?
Everybody throws in a hand. Come to, what do you need? We'll go get it. We'll take it off our harness, let you use it. It's a non-stop thing. Everybody helps everybody.
And this is our special guest.
Once again, your husband, Brett.
Thank you. It's so glad to have you here. You kind of started this tradition a couple years ago.
A couple years ago,
you?
Yeah. And then I recall we got engaged on this show. Was this the show?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
By now, you know me as Brett Newsom, or as I'm referred to on this show, Jody Sweetie. I'm here today to talk to you about somebody very special to me. You know her as your host, Jody Pollock. Jody's been an important part of my life and my best friend for more than 2 years now, and she's filled my heart with love and happiness. And I hope today to make that more permanent. It would be a great honor if you would be my wife. Will you marry me?
Absolutely, positively, yes. Thank you, sweetie.
And Jody, guess what I have?
What is a mule?
A mule? My mules are a cross between a Belgian mare, a draft mare, and a mammoth jack. Now, I'd like to tell you also that a little bit background about the mule, why he's sterile.
I took that big loin that we saw, and I cut a few chops off the end.
It's going to be very hard for the tree to start to absorb water again, so you don't want to let it dry out, so it would be pretty important to check it out.
Great, Lee, thanks. Thank you so much. And the biggest request we got was not just for the re-airs of the show, but to know when you got to see our little Rachel. So, co-hosting the show today, we have, as usual, my wonderful husband, Brett, and our little Rachel right here, who is coming in to make her first TV debut. So what do you think of that?
I think it's pretty neat. The future co-host or host of Michigan Farm and Garden.
There you
Starting
go.
young.
There you go. I like the co-host, and you've already bumped me right out to host. Oh, thank you. You too. And Rachel wants us to get right to the recipes because she's been eyeing those cinnamon rolls ever since you made them. Welcome back. You can see I have my awesome assistant here.
And if you have a child at home helping to cook, it might be something to consider that they can use those easier than they could do some of the browning of ground beef or turkey or things like that.
We have worked in so many different ways together.
We have.
For years, and it's great to be on your show.
Certainly when we think of the state, we think of blueberries, such a huge commodity for us here. We're at Ag Expo on an 80-degree day and we're standing in front of a corn heap.
Can you believe it?
Introduce yourself and then tell us how you came together.
I'm Sue Keekstra, and I'm Sue Keekstra, but my maiden name is Herkner.
And I'm Judy Harmon with the maiden name of Herkner.
And I am Linda Herkner with the name of Herkner.
About 35–40% of our Navy bean usage each year comes from the state of Michigan.
Be able to write and sing and perform, and so that was a talent, and that was my hobby. Cows and horses was my job. Now I'm writing and performing, and that's my job. And cows and horses is my hobby.
And I look forward to having you back here next weekend. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Happy trails to you until